Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm Jeff, and this is Continuum Script. And with me today is still my friend slash kind of partner in this, I guess, Ben.
Yo,
And
I make
today,
jokes. I'm afraid of crossing lines.
you're not crossing lines. I'm still even trying to wonder how to do this because I know
No,
this.
I mean lines of political correctness and taste.
In what way?
I was thinking of quoting Daggertail and calling you my hetero life mate, but I don't know if that's offensive.
It's not offensive for me. I mean, hetero means just heterosexual means you're just a heterosexual person who likes the opposite sex.
All right.
And we are friends, even though we're both male, but we're friends.
Yes, because two men can't be friends. That's frowned upon in this society.
Pretty much, as like saying females can't be friends because people would think they have like some kind of L word thing going on, which is not the case. They're just platonic friends as well.
Wait,
Even
is
though,
there actually a thing? I was being facetious.
huh?
Are friends frowned upon? Am I gonna have to become a civil rights activist for friends? I will definitely dress up as Kingdom Hearts characters if I have to do that.
Well, Sora, Riku's, Kairi's got that whole got that whole Trinity thing going on. Which
Would you care to define your relationship, sir? No.
he's just my best friend. Didn't you try to kill your best friend though?
And I was also including the female in the questioning. I do not want to explain anything to you.
Yeah,
The female. I
Kairi.
don't know. I don't feel like the news reporter would know their names.
He would just probably he or she would just probably call them the brown haired kid, silver haired kid, and the cute girl and the cute one.
Yes. I would like to ask the cute one a question. Sora begins talking.
Not you, the one with the dress or the hoodie or whatever she's got going on.
Wait, we all have hoodies.
Oh fuck, they do. Now
I was
they
gonna
do.
say we all have dresses, but I'm like, that's not true. That would be cool though.
Please, if any of those characters, if Kylie ever wore a dress, I'd be shocked.
Doesn't she have like a skirt?
She had a skirt in the second one.
Yeah,
Now I think she's just wearing regular shorts. I forget.
I forget too.
It's been like a year since playing Kingdom Hearts 3 and beating it, and even though technically this year I did play uh the DLC, which I still need to beat those damn bosses because they're hard as fuck. And then they were
Sounds
very annoying.
sounds fun.
It's fun in a way that Tetsuya Nomura knew what he was doing.
Yay!
Yet he added far too much factors into this shit, as always.
Yeah, all those like I played it for like 5 seconds. All of those like, do you want to make it harder by doing this stuff? And I'm like, that's too many things. I'm so confused.
Mm, true. Um, but yeah, I'm disappointed that the Kingdom Hearts thing got no views. So I'm wondering if I need to title it better or something, or I need to
It's
use
not
it.
Kingdom Hearts. It's something else. Haha! I fooled you. It was Kingdom Hearts.
It's disappointing that damn video has like zero likes, has zero views, but the Beetlejuice one is still going strong with 45. The fuck? I don't get it. What's so different? I don't. I need to know the formula.
We have tapped into a niche culture who is desperate to find articles, especially since COVID happened and Beetlejuice got canceled.
You know what? That could be it. Because the Kingdom Hearts fans are not like crying for anything yet. Because I guess they got that new game to look forward to. I think.
There's things going on. It's not like the 10-year gap where everybody was just like making bright comics and needed to fill the void.
Comics and fan fiction and fan art.
Yes.
I remember those days well.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, to this day, still never grasped why so many girls, but even the dudes, actually got into the whole Axel Vox's Sora Riku strictly canon thing. Fodder.
I never knew they like campaigned that it was specifically canon. I just thought they liked it.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be canon because this is just fandoms acting their intent and everything. Because I guess my problem is like if they never really said anything about their orientation, which shouldn't really matter. I'm not sure why we're putting it on them like that to the point that it's up becomes obnoxious.
I don't get Sora and Riku, um, especially because they tried to kill each other in the first game.
More
Well, Riku
Riku
tried
than
to kill
Sora,
Sora,
but yeah.
but like I can like think of reasons why the Roxas Axel thing makes sense, and it's mostly just that one interaction when Roxas is leaving the organization. He's like, "No one would miss me," and Axel's like, "This bitch would."
Yeah, I remember that picture you showed me of that cosplayer holding out
I'm
the
Yeah, I'm
holding up
actually gonna have to
that.
go and I'm gonna have to go and find on Twitter who made that and name drop them in this video. But actually, I was gonna say that was the only reason. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can also see them making that uh, drawing that line from just the way that Axel acts for the first act of Kingdom Hearts. Where spoiler alert, Roxas is trapped in the Matrix and he keeps trying to break him out. That's kind of romantic, I guess.
Yeah, true. Or just a deep friendship that just transverses words, I guess. But that could be love too. It doesn't have to be
Yes,
romantic love. It could just be a platonic, be a platonic. I do love you as my friend kind of thing too. People
yes.
forget that there are many different facets of love.
Oh my god! Oh no, wait. I thought that the comic I was talking about was on, like, it got its own page on Know Your Meme, but someone just posted on Know Your Meme.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
Mhm.
what were we talking about?
Oh, we're just talking about Kingdom Hearts shit, like whatever.
Yes, I can multitask while searching Google and doing the show at the same time. Don't doubt.
That's cool. While he's doing that, Ben was able to find this image and kind of and do something to it to make it look like it's like how would you describe it? This image that I'm recording over right now.
Uh, the summation of the show.
Thank you.
Actually, my whole thought process of finding that picture, which I just kind of found by random chance,
Hmm.
was I just googled the phrase what is it, like, continuum shift phenomenon,
Cool.
trying trying to find like somebody uh someone like diagramming the events of like continuum shifts in a really confusing flow chart that went back on itself,
And
and I
it
just happened to find that.
that's a good thing because it all connects somehow.
Yep,
Because we had some of these conversations during the past videos or whatever.
yep,
And if you're wondering, that's Kokonoe being the teacher, and those two are Ragna and Tao in the class.
yes,
Some of you would probably start thinking, oh, but should it have been Lychee because of that Lychee thing? It could have been, but I think Kokonoe adds a little bit more humor because she did have that segment, help me, Professor Kokonoe, which still to this day still is fun. And I said
yes.
still and still in the same sentence, which makes it a oxymoron, I believe. And it's like, and I really need to work on my phrasing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so for now in the future or whatever, this image will be the main thing for the videos. You'll see this image unless specifically anything else happens. I love it. It's very cool. Because somehow Blaze Blue connects with Once Upon a Time, which connects to Beetlejuice, which connects to various other factors of Chrono Phantasma, Lord Sesshomaru, Buy More Crystals, A Thousand Arms, Amaterasu, Magic always comes with a price, etc., etc., etc. And Dead
Yes.
Phenomenon, Time Phenomenon, and Mapasitskin Phenomenon, etc., etc., etc. And it goes on and on from there.
Yes,
not counting Central Fiction or Chrono Trigger.
there's lots of things.
Yes, or the strongest defense, Tsukiyomi.
Yes.
So it kind of just connects in a lot of ways. Even yeah, it just connects. So that's a thing. So Ben, how have you been doing this past week or two? I guess.
All right.
Cool. So I know this is supposed to be a random show, but like as in we have no script. But apparently there's gonna some Inuyasha news dropped yesterday, and all of Twitter or anime fandom and Inuyasha fandom went completely nuts when they found out that Mamuka Takahashi has actually done something. She has gonna be making a continuation story with I guess the next generation of Inuyasha's characters and set in the future, I guess. And apparently, it stars Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's daughters being the main characters.
I wonder if they will be exact copies of their parents or if they'll be their own people.
I want to think they would be their own people, unlike how that Boruto thing going, because someone mentioned Boruto and I said, "Oh shit, it could be a fucking copy of Boruto." Fuck.
You're making more Inuyasha! Yay! Yes, I'm doing it and revisiting this old thing that I haven't done in a while because I genuinely want to do it, not because I need money.
Who knows? But I want to think that and have faith that it would be so different from freaking Boruto,
Yeah,
because there's an image now. There's actual conceptual art of the characters.
but I mean, like, also, just like, I don't know, I just assume that you have a deeper love for, like, whoever makes all of the Inuyasha stuff than whoever makes all the Naruto stuff.
I have more love. Yes, I do have more love for Mamuka Takahashi than that created of Naruto. Yes.
So, yeah, we want to, like, believe in them and hope that they're just not, like, trying to make some easy cash.
Technically, it is technically a cash grab because she is continuing a story that finished, and now it's going to be a new generation to set aflame the new Inuyasha world of the
Well,
past future. I guess.
although, actually, if you want to bring up, like, the total opposite, wasn't Dragon Ball Super pretty good?
Dragon Ball Super was good in the fact that it actually immersed itself with branching out more characters compared to the original Dragon Ball Z series. And it actually showed Vegeta is a better father than Goku, and he actually has been completely developed into this actual cool character that we can like and respect.
I wonder if, because he's always saying he's busy, I wonder if I can bug Sam to randomly join in on this Discord. I mean, we don't use Discord to record this. Because he would have arguments about that, and they go on for a while
Interesting.
about how Goku is a good father.
It's
And
because he watches Goten and everything, and Goten is the one to actually reel in Goku with just laying on his lap and looking at him saying, "Dad, you should do this without using words."
uh, actually, I feel like there's a lot to it, but the one part that I remember is uh, just like based on how Goku grew up, he's doing a really good job.
Being raised in a secluded area in the forest or whatever before.
Yeah, and it's like all his grandpa or like adopted father did was like teach him how to fight all the time.
Yes.
That's kind of what is, and then he died, and then he just kind of like lived for a bit, and the very next thing he does is get taught to fight by somebody else, and that's how he grew up.
Pretty much.
Although there is something that I would like to say for the Goku Chi Chi parenting thing.
What?
Although I feel like I'm getting way off topic now. And again,
That's
that is the
fine.
point.
Just go for it. It's fine.
Um, I just want to say that actually it's kind of like, man, Chi Chi made a huge mistake burying Goku. He's such like a dumb kidult or something. And I'm like, if you watch Dragon Ball, actually, Chi Chi's also super weird. Like she was just raised by her dad, who was like a monarch of an area or something.
Yes.
And like I think I don't know, she was how old were like Goku and everybody when they started the series? Like I have no idea. I want to say like 7 or like 15 or something.
No, they were kids, like 8 or 9.
Yeah, so she was like 8 or 9, and she like either saw Yamcha or Goku and was like, "I'm gonna marry you," and she was just like, and then she just randomly like comes back later in the series and like just like is looks completely different because she's a young adult now and just expects Goku to remember who she is.
Yeah,
And when he
true.
doesn't, she just like it's during a world tournament, but when he doesn't recognize her, she just like comes at him and starts trying to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but remember, this is a shonen at the end of the day, so romance is not really the forefront of any shonen creator's mindset.
Yeah,
Romance is dead in shonen.
but yeah, oh, okay, romance. But yeah, I was just saying that like Bulma's also sort of a weird. Not wait, Bulma, Chi Chi. Sorry,
Chi Chi.
Chi Chi is also sort of a weird, sheltered like mountain kid. So her and Goku are actually a lot more similar. It just stops being a thing when Dragon Ball Z comes around because I guess the writer thought it would be funnier if she was a Tiger Mom stereotype.
Sadly, I mean,
Yeah,
when she could have had more depth, or, but she's just a loudmouth crying, my baby, he needs to go to school, the world doesn't matter, etc., etc., etc. Maybe that could have been more through the dubbed, depending, but I don't know.
but yeah, in the just from what I saw in the Dragon Ball dub, she seemed a little bit like also a little bit off.
Oh, she is. She's majorly stressed.
But yeah, like in the but no, like in Dragon Ball, she seemed like I don't know. I don't have a good word for it. Just kind of
She
like
didn't have a mother figure to, tone her ass down to.
yeah, that
Her mom was dead, apparently, by
yeah,
whatever circumstances. Shonen esque material. She died of the shonen. Mothers have to die in shonen related material because it makes it a little bit more tragic or sad that the male has to raise their kids.
yeah. Um, yeah, I actually don't have a word for it. Just kind of like oblivious. They both seem kind of oblivious to things.
Oblivious to the fact of having romance in their life.
No, just like certain. No, like well, Goku is, but that's like the only thing Chi Chi is aware of. But like other things, like Chi Chi's not aware that you don't just demand someone marry you and then instantly marry them. She like isn't aware that dating is a concept or like building up a relationship
True.
and just like demands Goku marries her. And there's just like other things. It's
Yeah.
like there was this like filler episodes at the end of Dragon Ball of like Goku and Chi Chi building their relationship and stuff, and she was just kind of like, huh, that wait, now we're married and we have to take care of each other. Being married is gonna be harder than I thought.
Mm.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know if you two are ready to get married,
They
but you're
married in
both
their they
equally
married when they were
unready.
21, so
Yeah, they were very young. But you're both equally unready, so I don't know if anyone could be blamed for that.
no one should be blamed, but it's the power of the mystical world of just setting together your male character with a man and female character.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, again, Dragon Ball is nothing to be looked on a deeper level than we're talking about. Yes, there are many problems with this dysfunctional relationship, maybe, but
once again,
but
Sam would argue.
yeah, but however, it finds a way to be stable for the sake of the story and even for the characters who are being raised by these two. Mostly through Chi Chi, because Goku is not there so much because he's always fighting and taking care of the turnip farm or something.
I think it's radishes. Um,
Radishes? Oh, cool. Okay.
but yeah, I will make the argument not just for Sam because Sam showed me this, but I also kind of agree with it that further than just like keeping the story stable, I actually feel like at least for Dragon Ball, and I have not watched Z, but at least for Dragon Ball, the writing is good enough. Just kind of like what's the word? What's the word I want to use? like not even directly, but just sort of like indirectly good enough that like the things that are happening and like the relationships and stuff kind of makes sense, and you can kind of like glean from it because like it's never explicitly stated that Krillin was a terrible person and became better because of his relationship with Goku,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's kind of obvious that's what happened. There's no like 5 minute exposition monologue from Krillin about how Goku made him a better person. It's just kind of like it makes sense that that's why Krillin is as nice as he is, because he was kind of abused when he was younger by a bunch of bullies. And then he met Goku, who didn't fucking treat him like that, and then Krillin became a much nicer person because he had friends.
Yes. But I think it's just a matter of show and tell instead of actually say.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's called show don't tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Dragon Ball is actually really good at it, which gives it a lot of depth that you wouldn't think of. I don't
Yeah.
know if Dragon Ball Z kept it up though. I never watched it. I should.
Z just goes into power play and randomness, and anyone. If you ask anyone about Dragon Ball Z, they'll give you the A to Z content in like 5 minutes, and then if you interrupt with questions, they'll answer that, and it'll spread into this entire thing of opinions versus facts versus I hate this character because they suck versus memes, etc., 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 and it goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense.
Just like this conversation right now.
Yep.
But yeah, so in the picture of concept drawings of the new Inuyasha, or I should say the new anime of Inuyasha, there are two female characters and a male character apparently. I'm not sure. This male character, I thought they said daughters, so I get it, but I could have sworn that the male character I'm seeing with like wearing like a kind of noble suit could be human. But I thought that could have been Sesshomaru's kid too, but it said Sesshomaru's daughter in the context or whatever. I know the one that looks like has a ponytail and looks like noble features and has more human esque features. That is Sesshomaru's daughter, and she's like wearing like his robe thing kind of too. And
Oh wait, I should have made some joke about Sesshomaru's daughter being Rin.
don't do that. I don't. I can't. I can't. I can't.
That's what you said last time. I'm like, oh yeah, his wife thing, and you're like, that is his adopted daughter. Don't
It
you?
is. Rin is his adopted precious daughter, and he will raise her to be, and she will. That's his daughter, not his lover. I can't. I really can't with that shit.
Well, unfortunately, I guess we're gonna have a canon answer to that soon enough.
God damn it!
I'm sorry.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna send you. I think I showed you. Did I show you the picture or no?
No.
Okay. One
So
sec.
if it's not, if it's yeah, if it's not, Rin's kid or whatever, does that mean that Shishomaru's kid and Rin are like step siblings?
Going by yes, foster siblings or something.
I
Well,
think
one
that would be
foster.
hilarious to watch.
Okay. So the character with the black hair, that is clearly Sesshomaru's daughter because she got his noble features and she looks more human than demon. So he hooked up with a god damn it. He hooked up with some human. God damn it.
How can we take you seriously anymore?
For all he said about being a high class demon and shit, and he would never lower himself to be with a human, he clearly shocked up with someone.
Also, yeah, it's definitely Shishomaru because she has a fuzzy bit on her arm.
Yes, and of course the chick with the more wild features is clearly Inuyasha and Kagome's kid.
Who's the dude in the suit?
That's who I don't know. I thought that was Susumu's son, but they're saying clearly that it's all about the daughter. So I don't know who this character
What's
is.
he? What's he holding?
It looks like a sword.
Also,
It could be Moroku's son.
also, we are making a lot of assumptions here.
We are, but we clearly do know the two characters with like.
No, I mean about quotation marks his gender.
When I saw a picture, it looked like he was clearly male, but I'm not
Oh,
sure if he
okay.
taped down his boobs or whatever if he's a female. I don't know. He looks like a male.
She could just not have that much boob. That's fair and normal. Don't be judgy.
I'm not judging, but he clearly looks like a dude.
I'm only saying that because the sword looks a little bit like Tenseiga.
Then
But I
what?
don't actually remember what Tenseiga looks like, so maybe I shouldn't
Tenseiga
say anything.
is the sword of healing.
Then what does Inuyasha have?
Tessaiga.
Yeah, they sound the exact same. It looks like Inuyasha's sword when it's not big, but I could be wrong because
No,
I don't
you're
remember what
correct.
it looks like.
No, you're correct.
Um, but also, is it bad if I change the subject completely for a second?
Go for it.
He's wearing a suit.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That means like if these are their daughters, does that mean like how far in the future is this? How long does it take for a demon to age? Is Kagome even still alive? Mostly because if he's wearing like a freaking like suit with like a weird Texas bow tie on it, part of me wants to say that this is probably around the era that external influences start to get into Japan, which is around World War One or two, which I guess means that Inuyasha wasn't nearly set as far in the past as I thought it was.
Hmm.
So that makes me think that like this is a lot closer to modern day than I thought.
Maybe, but in the fourth movie, they clearly made mention about a distant land, like in Europe or something.
Yeah, apparently European traders did every once in a while make their way to Japan, but I'm talking about I guess maybe he could be a European trader or something, but I'm talking about like the period of time in which like if that one musical I saw as a kid is anything to go by, which maybe it's not. Which actually, no, I think it is. I think I went by this in history class. I'm referring to the period around World War One or two where America came by and just like kicked the door in because they were assholes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I heard you were isolationists. Yes, not anymore. Yeah, that's a dick thing to do. But yeah, that's what I assume the significance of the outfit is. But then again, you're right. It could just be like something else that's a lot smaller.
Yeah, but we have no information except for these two characters, and of course the female with the ribbon in her hair. That's clearly Inuyasha's daughter.
Yes.
She looks like she's around. They look like they're around 14 or 15, like Kagome's age.
Yes.
And of course, I'm amazed that Inuyasha had a daughter instead of a son. I don't know why I'm being biased with that shit. So I need to get over it. But it's just
doesn't
interesting,
match my fan fiction.
huh?
This doesn't match my fan fiction.
Something like that. But actually, it's interesting because I'm now curious when we get the information. How in the fuck did Kagome like? I mean, she probably raised her daughter well, but she clearly has like a lot of Inuyasha's like probably fiery features compared to her. But
Yeah,
then again, she looks more. They all look human.
I mean, what exactly about Sesshomaru doesn't look human?
I mean,
Except for
yeah, he's
maybe
a
his
humanoid
ears.
demon who just doesn't like to go in his dog form.
But
But I think his ears isn't Sesshomaru's ears pointed?
that could be actually.
And his daughter and Inuyasha's daughter clearly have more human features from their mother's side of the family, and even especially Inuyasha, because he's actually half human.
Yes, but has dog ears for some reason instead of elf ears, which is confusing.
Yeah, when you think about the dog ear thing and he has regular ears, maybe they decided it would be weird if he didn't have like human ears to match his humanity. Maybe I don't know. So wait, does that mean he hears everything constantly? It's never mentioned that he gets bothered with a lot of hearing.
He does seem to never sleep, which makes it seem like he either doesn't ever sleep or just hears everything and it rouses him from sleep easily.
Maybe those brief times he turns into a human on the day of the full moon or whatever, he probably wants to be knocked out. I mean, Naraku's not gonna be. Hopefully, Naraku's not fucking resurrected. I don't want to go through that shit again.
Yep.
I don't want to, and again, I don't want to think that Rin is the mother of Sesshomaru's baby because that would just be so wrong. And I cannot
Fair
deal,
enough.
and I cannot deal with that shit. I mean, I'll deal with it, but it's just so kind of gross.
Fair enough.
But it's an opinion of mine.
I
If,
never really thought about it until you said it, but yeah, I can see that as being fair.
but if it is, I will accept it and be grossed out at the same time.
That's fair.
But Inuyasha, new show, it looks interesting by this image. And a lot of questions. And I'm also curious if it's the future or how many times it's passed. Are we going to see Moroku Sango's kids running around in an in an older Shippo who should not look like he's 8 years old anymore?
Handsome fish Shippo. Which of his many, many love interests did he pick between?
Who, Moroku or Shippo?
Shippo.
I forget. Actually forget Shippo's love life, to be honest.
I remember he had like more than one love interest.
He did. He's a fox. He can do whatever he wants. He's got that fox genes in him.
Yes.
He's a trickster, so he can have many lovers.
He's
He has to grow into it though, and not look like he's 8.
that'll be weird.
Yeah, and he's in it, and he says like I could have sworn I remember reading once he was like apparently his age chronologically is 200 years old,
Hmm.
and he's a full demon yet he looks like a little kid.
Yes.
I have to question I gotta question the artist like that. Really? He's a full-blooded demon yet he has human features. Are we sure that his fox dad did not hook up with a woman that we're unaware of?
Yeah. Although technically his age might actually be based off the literal legend of nine-tailed foxes.
Oh,
I feel like
Kitsune.
if they have, yeah, I feel like being like getting all nine tails means they have to be like 1,000.
Ship only has one tail though.
Yeah, so that's also confusing.
And his dad looked like one of the in that episode with the Thunder Brothers, which was that last like a couple of episodes, which are actually one of the big things of the beginning of the series. Shippo's dad looked like he had like one tail too, so he's not like a mystical. He's not the mystical yokai fox demon. He's just a random ass fox demon.
Yeah. And what is Shippa 200 years old? That is weird.
Again, I guess demons age at a different rate than humans.
Yes.
I mean, to change course, look at the Yu Yu Hakusho characters of Hiei and Kurama.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Hiei's,
Steven Universe rules and you're only as old as you feel.
yeah,
Except when you're too young to be that old and then you're not. I don't know. It doesn't make any, none of this makes any sense.
yeah. Even though technically Kurama's a half human due to he put himself in that human body of Shuichi, so and it became a weird hybrid of human and demon altogether. So he's just mostly himself and not just Shuichi and Kurama, if that makes sense. He came to that conclusion himself, like he's just himself. He is both.
Alright.
He is both the souls of which he inhabits and his own consciousness.
That seems better than one of them dying.
Pretty much. So they are one and the same. It's so cool to think about. So technically, Suichi physically is 15 or 16 years old, and his demon self is probably like a couple of 100 years old, like 900 years old or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he is probably the same age because he don't age because demons don't age apparently. Yet they all look humanoid.
So confusing.
So for whatever reason, it seems like demon culture, even in Inuyasha, adapted to the growth of humanity and said, "Huh, we can't be looking all fugly. So for some odd reason, let's start looking more like humans as we evolve." I guess. I mean,
It just reminds me of fucking this one thing on Tumblr I read yesterday about Daniel Jackson from Stargate. Spoiler for Stargate SG-1. Daniel dies a lot, like Krillin. And actually Krillin doesn't die that much. But like there's just this post of just kind of like kind of like Daniel Jackson talked to himself. He's like, well, if I have to come back to life, then I want to be like better looking this time. Tight shirts, bigger biceps, hair good. I'm just like, okay. I think that's because the actor came back from a different role and he was just a lot more muscular after that, and they're like, keep it.
Oh, cool. And this, you just said Stargate, right?
Yeah.
That came on. Okay, I think I know that. Yeah, I know that show. I just never watched it.
I think the actor's name is Michael Shanks.
Cool. But yeah, that's the Inuyasha portion and my rambling of the fact that Sesshomaru could have done, or not done. He could have had relations with Rin when she was a mature lady of 19 in the spring, or something. I don't know. They're so gross and scary to think about. I mean, it's Sesshomaru. He's supposed to be cool. He's not. I can never question the fact that he could be. It really got really into her that much because the way it's portrayed, she just thinks of him as like a father figure, her savior that saved her when she was younger.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't want to think with Moko Takahashi, creator of some of the best anime out there, Ranma One Half being one of them and one of my favorites, is that twisted? But again, she is more for the. She does dabble in the comedic, slapstick esque things of romance. So who knows?
I don't know. Hop aside from Rama One Half still gives me nightmares.
That old lecture.
Yeah. I'm just like not totally sure that he's not like an abusive psychopath.
I never thought that. He just seemed like an obnoxious old man who can somehow fight on a good day.
I don't know. He's always seemed like malicious, and I'm like, I wish you were in jail or dead.
In the world of Ranma One Half and Neromia, words like police officers do not exist.
Damn it!
They run around half skating around the fact that they know who's taking all the fucking panties and they didn't want to do anything about it. There's too much red tape. Like he's an 800 something old man and everything, and he's done all this shit. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do with this. Just we'll give it to one of the rookie cops and deal with it whenever he in a couple of years. Let's just leave the shit alone. Put it in the back. Put the shit like in the ice locker or something. I can't deal with this shit right now. I can't deal with this. Just put it away.
Yes.
Besides, he's dealing with. Besides, I think that one person who turned into a girl, he's got that shit on lockdown. I don't have to worry about it, so it's fine.
Just let Ranma deal with him.
Yes, exactly. But what about this other old lady who is the old lady that runs the Amazons? Kalan? Oh, she's good. She makes good ramen with shampoo. Who's cute? We're good. We don't need to worry about her. She follows the law with her badass self. She was quite the looker, by the way, too. How do you know that?
I can see the flashbacks.
Exactly.
So wait, people just have flashbacks and you can see them? Yes, it's quite obnoxious.
It
Sometimes
is, because that's where the cameras go and we don't need to be seen.
Yes. Is he doing a ripple effect? He's flashing back. Give him a second. Are you having a flashback? No, I'm just rippling. It relaxes me.
But
These
wait.
are things that I've stolen from Phineas and Ferb.
But wait, if Kalan's okay and Hoppaside's bad, then how do we deal with all these random chicks that somehow find their place, always cause chaos in the Sao Tome's and the Tendo Dojo? Why don't we do nothing about them?
Characters, man, just ignore them.
Yeah, exactly. But we can still like Kasumi, right? Kasumi is a sweetheart, and she needs to run for mayor. She's awesome. She's cool, man.
I don't remember who that is.
Kasumi Tendo is awesome, and Nobiki, Nobiki needs to be the treasurer of Japan. She knows what to do with money, and she's awesome and a material girl. And I am a fan of Nobiki. For some odd reason, I have this absurd love for Nobiki.
They will
Now,
run the government and the media.
I
Nothing
have this
shall break free of Nintendo's iron grip.
Akane, I don't know. She comes across as just, being obnoxious sometimes and quite stubborn. And, she could choose to believe Ranma sometimes, but she's always quick to anger some.
Yeah.
But no, I do like Akane. I don't love her, but I like Akane. Especially during certain times of the stories I've watched. She really does truly look beautiful.
Yes.
Particularly in the OVA in Akane to Remember. Awesome one. You should all watch it. Or as the title or as the episode title is called, Reawakening Memories Part 1. That's very cool.
Yeah.
When you really see a different side of Akane and the depth of her feelings for Ranma too.
Cool.
And I'm only going to quote this only once. So she just said, like, when she's about to drown or something, she says, Ranma, you just don't understand. Ocean became my life. And Ranma, it's you that I. And, she kind of whispers love in the most particular way that only an actress of that caliber and was so good at it. She didn't say love, but she just said, and it's like so quiet and it's very subtle, and I loved it. Like, oh my god, this is so awesome! She actually admits she loves
I can't take my feelings.
Ranma. It's a good overall story for Akane. It really shows that she does truly love Ranma.
Yeah.
Not as a person, but as a potential romantic interest and person. Okay, as a person and as a man, she loves him.
But at the same time, I can understand how she'd just constantly be pissed at Ranma. Maybe not constantly, but mostly pissed at Ranma because of just the opening setup of the entire story.
Exactly. She hates boys. So was she a lesbian? No.
Wait, that's why she hated him?
Huh?
I didn't know that's why she hated him.
What?
I thought she hated him because it was kind of like, what are you going to do with your life, Akane? It's like, oh, I really like learning the martial arts my dad teaches me, and it's been a very big part of his life, and it's becoming a very big part of mine. So I want to take over his dojo. It's like, we're gonna force you to marry this random dude, and he's gonna take over the dojo. It's like, A, fuck you. I don't want to get an arranged marriage. B, why him? Well, he's a boy. You're a girl. Fuck you.
And you're the same age, right?
No, like, why him to
No,
run the
that's what
dojo?
Nobiki said, and he's the same age, right? So that's why we're choosing you to pick. That's why you are going to be Ranma's fiance.
Uh, I mean, why him instead of me to run the dojo?
Mm, it's cool,
Because he's a man and the world is sexist.
pretty much. And actually, she does hate boys.
All right.
She mentioned
Uh,
that in the get go.
Although, actually, it also seems like a dumb reasoning because I don't think she ever brings up her interest in martial arts ever again.
Only in certain episodes she mentions it, but she's just mostly there. It's just mostly for just for slapstick humor because she hits hard.
All right.
There is one episode in the second season of Ranma One Half that takes place after when Ranma went through an arc of being stuck as a girl. Uh, Akane was, and it was I think it was one of the worst episodes for me, but Akane was going to fight the Dojo Destroyer, and Ranma wanted to get some potion or something from Shampoo, and he had to go on a date with her. And for some odd reason, and then Akane was being all stubborn, saying, "I'll defeat him with my right hand." And Nobiki just says, "I'd use both hands if I were you." And how stubborn Akane can be. So she's actually fighting this dude with one hand and doing for kicks and everything. And I mean and I actually flinch every time she's actually about to break these wooden boards or something with her right hand, and I can't help but think, oh god damn it, she's really going for it, isn't she?
Yeah.
But she can necessarily fight, but she's not, and sadly, she's not like the full extent fighter like the other characters you see, like Ranma, Ryoga, Moose, Ukyo, and Shampoo, for one. She's nimble enough, and she's got more better athleticism with certain things. But as a fighter, she can probably take down some random dude, but nothing like concrete.
She is unfortunately not a super person for some reason.
Only if you call her unless you call her a tomboy and has thick thighs and a sexless chick, and her cooking will ultimately kill you because it will, sadly. And that is the one half portion of this show, surprisingly.
Yeah, I haven't read that in a while. There's like one part of it that I kind of remember that stuck with me. That was a pretty funny joke.
What was that?
There was this time where they introduced Key Blast into the anime
Oh,
or manga.
do you mean Ni Hao My Concubine?
What?
The movie, the second movie of Ranma One Half.
No, who's concubine? What are we talking about?
That's how I discovered the Key Blast in Ranma One Half.
For me, it was like I just read a manga randomly in Ranma One Half, and it was who's the pig?
Oh, Ryoga, Pichan.
Ryoga was stuck in a mine.
Mm-hmm. He was stuck
So
in a
basically, he was
huh?
stuck in the mine with some dude, and the dude had a scroll that it explained that you could use key blasts by channeling your feelings of depression.
Yes, that's the Shishi Hakodan.
Yeah, and he just kind of kept getting more and more depressed throughout like the episodes or something. And eventually, like I kind of couldn't figure out why he was so strong. It's like because he's using, like he's spiraling into depression to try and make stronger key blasts. And she's like, ah. So like she goes over to like the side of the tunnel, like he's made a crater or something. Spoilers, by the way. And I don't know. Should I keep telling the story? This is kind of like the entire like this is what the entire arc is building up to. So I feel like I'm ruining it.
No, go for it.
Basically, like he's fighting Ranma, and Ranma's losing because Ranma, I don't know, isn't emotionally complex enough to feel depression.
Yeah.
He like tries to make himself do it, and he can't. So the only thing you can figure out how to do is shoot like key balls of confidence, basically, which aren't nearly as strong. But he's trying to use like his emotions to like, I guess, he create like a barrier so he doesn't get hurt nearly as much from just like the giant key blast that Ryoga can throw at this point. But basically, like they're all in a crater and they've all gotten the shit kicked out of them because Ryoga is too strong now. Because he thinks like Akane hates them, and basically she like peeks her head over the side of the crater and she's like Ryoga, and he's like what? And she's like I'm sorry. I actually like you a lot, and he's like a lot. And she's like, "You're a really good friend of mine." And he's like, "Friend?" And then he
Oh.
like nukes the city
He nukes the city?
because she said friend instead of love interest, and he gets really depressed because he's a man.
Please tell me that was ultimately some kind of, well, never mind. There's nothing permanent damaged. That's fine.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like level the city, but he like makes a giant key blast, and of course it's like gone by the next day.
Of course.
But no, she's kind of like, I'm like, she's like, "You're a really good friend of mine." He's like, "I want to die."
Well, that's Akane and Ryoga for you.
Yes.
Akane doesn't see Ryoga's feelings for some odd reason. She does see
Yep.
him as a good friend, though, which is true.
Yeah.
And oh, you know what? I think I only read up on the fact that they do have Key Blast later, but I never watched that episode or read that part in the manga.
I watched a random video of it, and for some reason, Ranma gets the ability to shoot a key blast out of his arm. That's a dragon.
Oh, wait, do you mean the what was it? That whirlwind attack?
Big Trouble in Nikamon, China, or something.
Oh, that's the first movie.
Yeah, he
Big
can for
Trouble
some
in
reason like
Nekuon, China.
yeah, he for some reason can shoot a dragon out of his arm.
Actually, that's established in the series. Like in
Oh, it is.
yeah, that's in that's in season 5. Out of Control, I think.
All right.
No, Hard Battle. No, Hard Battle's the third season. Fourth season is Out of Control, I think. No, it's either the fourth or fifth. No, fourth. Probably the fifth season.
All right.
Because Hiryu Shoten Ha! Because Hapasai was being a jerk, and he actually made Ranma weak by using a pressure point. And there was like this small arc of the characters trying to find like the scroll to get it back because everyone can beat him now since he lost his strength. They're eventually able to get it back, and I believe oh my god, Hapasai and everyone else running about to school, and he's trying to use like his anger. That his opponent has to be angry while he has to maintain being cool headed and stop making a whirlwind to use their key in an influx, if that makes sense.
Yes, it sounds exactly like Inuyasha.
And it becomes like the Hiryu Shotenha or the Dragon Whirlwind Wave or something.
All right.
That's actually one of Ranma's most powerful attacks, and it's like very cool looking, but it does take a minute to establish because he has to maintain being cool, level headed, and keep his ki under control, while his opponent is more angry and aggressive. And then what else?
Wait a minute. Why was he able to shoot it at a lake then?
A lake?
That's what happened in that movie. He shot it at a spring or something.
Yes. Well, hold on for that. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. We'll be right back after these messages.